This is Tyrone and the Swamp Gang by Hans Wilhelm. It had been a hard year at school for Boland. He was down to 3 friends, Terry, Stego, and Stella. They didn't even have enough players for a mean game of meteorite soccer. Almost everyone else joined the Swamp Gang. The leader was Boland's worst enemy, who was none other than Tyrone, or Tyrone the Horrible, as he liked. Tyrone was the world's first bully, and Boland was his favorite victim. "Look, someone without a bandana," Tyrone laughed and grabbed hold of Boland. "Why haven't you and your wimpy friends joined the Swampies yet, you little shrimp?" "Because we still have our brains," said Boland. "Oh yeah," said Tyrone. "Well, remember that we've always got ways to make you join. We're the greatest." "Says who?" asked Boland. "Says me, and what I say goes." Tyrone walked off with a nasty laugh. "Maybe we should join the Swampies," Stego said. "Otherwise Tyrone will make our lives miserable." "Join those morons?" cried Boland. "Are you nuts? We have better things to do than follow that bully. Maybe he isn't so bad underneath," Stego said. "Maybe we could all just be friends." "Friends don't force others to do things they don't want to do," Boland pointed out. "Don't you even like their cool bandanas?" Stella asked Boland. "Everyone is wearing them now, and the Swampies always look like they're having lots of fun," Terry added. "What fun? I only see them knuckling under Tyrone," Boland said. One of the things Tyrone and the Swampies did for fun was play practical jokes. That night, for instance, they poured tons of soap powder into the public fountain. Before the sun came up, the joke had turned into a big, messy, bubbly surprise for the whole neighborhood. But the real surprise came when the principal, B.C. Scatterbone, came to see the class the next morning. B.C. Scatterbone had rotten eyesight, but a perfect nose. He could smell a rat from 1,000 dinosaur feet away. "I trust that none of you reptilian angels is responsible for that mess," he said. He smiled a sickly smile that showed all of his sharp yellow teeth. "So," he continued, "I know you're all eager to clean up the fountain, and I will personally supervise all your efforts." Everyone was stunned and angry, even the Swampies, although they tried to look innocent. The gang's morale was so low that Tyrone called an emergency meeting. "We have to hit back," he said, "and I know how." Tyrone told his plan to the gang. "We'll give old Scatterbone's house a new coat of paint," he said. "That will make his eyes go gaga. But we've got to be quick and quiet not to get caught." "Right on," cried the Swampies. Armed with paint and spray cans, they went to work full blast. But the real blast came the next morning. Once again, B.C. Scatterbone greeted the class. "Thanks to some anonymous helpers, my house received a new look during the night. Since I'm sure that none of you likes the colors or designs, you will only be too happy to repaint my entire house from top to bottom." Rats, said some of the kids. This was the second time they were getting blamed for something they didn't do. The Swampies grumbled the loudest of all. Their joke had backfired again. Maybe Tyrone's ideas weren't so great after all. They whispered to each other. What do you mean? Tyrone cut in. Somebody must have squealed on us, and I think I know who. Bolin couldn't believe it. He was in trouble again. I didn't squeal. I didn't squeal, he cried. How else did Scatterbone know it was us? Tyrone demanded. I don't know, said Bolin. Maybe you just can't fool him. He can smell anything out. Okay, Tyrone said. I'll let you off this time. Tonight we're going to fix old Scatterbone once and for all. What are you going to do? Asked Bolin. None of your business. You just stay right out of it, you hear? Or else you can collect your bones at the Museum of Natural History. Bolin was scared. But not too scared. That night, Bolin spied on Tyrone and the Swampies. He saw them dumping a large load of burning lava rocks in front of B.C. Scatterbone's house. Bolin heard Tyrone whisper, "Hee hee, that'll give old Scatterbone a hot surprise when he steps out tomorrow morning." Bolin ran for help as fast as he could. He got Stella, Terry, and Stego out of bed and told them what had happened. They said, Tyrone and his Swampies have gone crazy this time. This prank could really hurt someone. Lava rocks are dangerous stuff. They could even burn the place down. We've got to go work fast and do it before Scatterbone wakes up. 4 friends carefully loaded the glowing rocks into the wheelbarrow. They worked as quietly as possible, and soon the danger was over. Let's clean up and leave no trace of lava rocks, whispered Bolin. I can't wait to see Tyrone's face in the morning when old Scatterbones comes to school alive and well as usual. No need to wait till morning, said a sinister voice behind him. It was Tyrone. You lousy traitor! Tyrone growled and grabbed Bolin by the throat. I'm going to get you for this. Wait, Tyrone, Stella cried. He's only trying to keep you from making a big mistake. You keep out of this, said Tyrone. Suddenly, they all heard a sharp click. The door handle turned and the door creaked open. Tyrone was so startled that he jumped straight up. Boink! He knocked his head against the branch of a tree, and in the next moment, he came crashing down. Uh-oh. Poor Tyrone. Right on top of the hot and glowing lava rocks. Arrgh! He cried out, so loud that he woke up the whole entire swamp forest. Arrgh! He cried again as he struggled to his feet, and then he ran away as fast as he could. This time, his prank had backfired in more ways than one. Look at his little sore backside. For several weeks after that, Tyrone could not sit down in class. Suddenly, all the bandanas disappeared. The former Swampies were no longer eager to dress like Tyrone anymore. After all, Tyrone had to wear one of those comfy little diapers until he was well again. Who wanted to be like him now?